Welcome to the Roy Snarr Show, entrepreneurship and giving back. Now, here's your host, Roy Snarr.
If you look at some of the most successful people like yourself, I mean, you may do stuff that you don't feel like doing anyway, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and the truth is this, is that nothing's going to be given to you.
Yeah.
If you don't become intentional about your life, if you don't do it for you, who are you going to do it for?
Right.
And the thing is this, is one thing I write about and I realize is, how come somebody does it? Why does Roy do it, and why does Daniel do it, and maybe Joe or Mary doesn't do it? Why? Because we're never going to outgrow the current self-image we have of ourselves.
Yeah.
See, when we hear that as a kid, don't brag, don't show off, don't get your hopes up, it shrinks our self-image.
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, this is 10. If you have a self-image of a 4, your life's never going to be bigger than a 4. It's going to top out at 3.
Yeah.
If you're an entrepreneur and a business owner, well, if you have a level 6 self-image, well, your business is never going to grow above, because you're going to be the lid.
Self-limiting beliefs.
Yeah, because you're going to be the lid.
Right.
So whenever I go into a business and it's a small business, we'll just say 30 employees or less. Well, right away it's like, well, who's the lid? And usually, you know who the lid is? The owner.
Yeah. And it trickles down because he's the leader. Like you said, you got to be the leader of your house, right? So that same mindset translates into the house. And one of the big things I always ask myself, how are my kids going to view me? Because a lot of stuff that I do, it comes from a very selfless point of view. It's like, I obviously love and care about myself, but I want to do it for them, right? I want my kids to look up and say, man, Dad is awesome. He's a badass. Look what he's done, right? I want them to have a good role model, because that trickles down. A lot of us are in this, money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. You'll never be like them. Oh, the rich, this, that, and the other. Those are just negative emotions and self-limiting beliefs. And even when I very first started, I didn't have hardly anything. I've shared the story multiple times. I would go to Nordstrom's, get like a nice suit, and it looked nice. You can't really tell the difference, And then I would even carry around, like what Tony Robbins said, he carried around money in a money clip. And that was all he had, but the feeling of having that cash there, right? Yes. So it's almost like the fake it till you make it. There's a lot of realization to that, because what you're telling the universe is that you already have it, and that it will naturally come to you instead of going out there and trying to chase it.
Well, you know what? I got a better saying for you.
Okay, go for it.
It's not fake it till you make it. It's you're surrounding yourself with your future self.
There you go.
You
That's
are
a good
surrounding
way.
yourself with your future self. What do I mean by that? You're becoming the person that you're meant to be. You're putting on that next level of suit, that next level of wardrobe. You're carrying money with you because you're surrounding yourself with your future self.
Right.
And so many of us, we don't allow ourselves, because geographically, we live our lives based on the kid that we were. We go back to those geographical areas. Oh, my neighborhood. And how many of us watching this, you still got that friendship from middle school, from high school, and it's great, but they're not doing anything. They don't have big dreams like you. That's why you're watching the show, because you have a different perspective. You have a different lens.
Yeah.
And you got to give yourself permission. Nothing changes, right? Roy didn't become the millionaire, the successful businessman until you left that old environment.
You're true.
And now you put yourself in a new environment, and nothing changes until you put yourself in a new environment.
The other thing too about that, like you said, you're basically forcing yourself into that new environment, because comfort is like the enemy. Like you can become comfortable. And
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, me too. It's like, I remember when we first started making our first 6 figures, I was like, oh, this is cool. I can pay all the bills. I have weekends off. I can take the evenings off if I want to. But then I started becoming comfortable, and I was putting that lid on myself, right? I'm like, well, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. It's your life. But just have the understanding that you are choosing to go that route. And I didn't choose to go that route. I was like, you know what? I feel myself getting comfortable again. How can I take the next step? What's the next ceiling of complexity I can break through to do something bigger and different and help more people? Because if you have the mindset of going out there and just helping the people, everything else naturally seems to come to you.
Yes. No, well, you're right, because in 2021, I found myself, we were there with Floyd Mayweather in Miami.
Wow.
We were at this event, and we were on this yacht, and they were showing us, right, they were kind of telling us, this is Scarface, the movie where they filmed the movie. This is Gloria Stefan's, and
that's awesome.
It was pretty awesome. And I looked over there and I said, I'm gonna have a mansion like that one day. I told this gentleman there, and he goes, yeah. And I was like, I mean it. And he goes, wow. But then it was a beautiful time. When I got back to the hotel room, we took some pictures. I was looking back at the pictures, and I said, the guy in these pictures, he can't buy that house, because my cheeks had gotten chubby. I didn't realize how complacent I'd gotten. Exactly to what you're saying, because right, you go from having $250,000 in the bank to $500,000, and then your bank account's bigger than it's ever been, and subconsciously you just get lazy. You get complacent.
Yeah.
I remember I came back and I was kind of hard on myself. I said, I need a push, because this is my thing. I was working out, but I was just going through the motions. So my question for you is, where in your life, where in your business are you just going through the motions?
Right.
I called up Reggie. I said, Reggie, hey man, you've been talking about training me, bro. Like, be here tomorrow morning. He goes, what? He goes, he thought I was joking because he's been on me to train me. I said, dude, be here tomorrow. If not, I'm going to hire somebody else. He goes, I'll be there.
Okay.
He pushed me. One more set, one more rep. That's our model, right? One more set, one more rep. One more phone call, one more follow-up.
Yeah.
And I realized that by him pushing me on the workout, it helped my business. We did more revenue than we ever had in 2022 because my mentality changed. Because this is the thing that people miss. The way you do something is the way you do everything.
That's a good way to say it. Yeah.
And it bleeds. So if you're lazy in your workouts, you're just maintaining in your workouts. There's a part of your business that you're just maintaining in your business. You just don't see it.
Wow.
But when you get that mentality of one more set, one more rep, one more phone call, one more follow-up, then your business just compounds over days.
And it builds habits.
Yes.
Right? And that's one of the hard things to break.
And I lost
habits.
my cheeks. I lost my chubby.
Yeah, you look like a chipmunk or
yeah,
something.
but honestly, I was depressed because like now, I mean, I'm probably in the best shape I've ever been in probably 10 years, but I was kind of depressed, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to be that older, right? I'm going to be 50 years old this year. I'm 49 right now.
There we go.
But I think I'm in better shape than most people that are in their 20s and 30s. But I say that to impress upon you that you can do it too.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to arm wrestle you. You probably win.
No, but it's just the fact of, if you can't love yourself, if you can't believe in yourself, how do you expect your clients and those prospects to believe and love in you?
Oh, wow. That's a very good point too. And people, we have this natural ability, right? Like we can sense when somebody is, say, a weak mindset or they're not disciplined in their life. And then I never really tie those two together, but if the clients see that, they're less likely to buy from you and you have a lower perceived value. But also your family too, maybe they're comfortable with it all. And they may have a challenge with like, okay, well, I'm not going to respect dad or mom because, they're not very disciplined, so neither am I. That's why we always tell the girls, clean your room. Our room's clean, go look, right? We're leading by example.